wants them.
Hello, YouTube! We are the Nerdy Tribunal. I am Derek. Join with me today is Victor, Tom, and Ernest.
Are you holding something?
Man, you guys, we haven't done this for a while. So this kind of sucks.
What's filming?
Shut up, man. God damn it. Alright, so today, I don't even know where to start. I'm so discombobulated. Okay, after a long hiatus...
Same movie.
After a long hiatus, we're back. Conveniently right after Infinity War. That was basically planned. So today we're actually going to talk about Infinity War in general. So if you haven't watched it, you're probably not a Marvel fan because you would have watched it.
Get the fuck
Chances
out.
are
Yeah.
you've watched it. They've made over $1 billion.
Yeah, so if you haven't contributed to their big pockets that hold a lot of money, please go watch it. Then come back to watch our video. And because there's be about 1 billion spoilers in this, so I guess that's important to people. It's important to us.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Spoilers.
so all right, I haven't done this in a while. Don't know what I'm really
we are
doing.
not Marvel fanboys.
We are definitely Marvel fanboys.
I can't hide. He wasn't in the movie, so no one would know who
All right,
this is.
let's move on. Okay,
Wait.
John too.
Because he did.
What John
Spoilers.
do?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2
Two
came
spoilers.
out like last year. You can't spoil it yet.
All right, let's move on. We're supposed to keep this video short somehow. All right, so today we're just going to talk about how we all just felt about Infinity Wars in general. We're not going to go too in depth. Let's start off with how should we do? So let's start off with okay, we all loved it mostly. So let's skip the whole ratings bit. Tell us why you liked it. Like pinpoint maybe one or two things. Just keep it short. Who wants to go first?
Let's say I think we can agree overall why we liked it. No, like the overall part, not the specifics. But it's like it was done in a way where every character had enough screen time where they weren't just there to be there.
Except for Ned Leeds.
Well, that's how he's not useful.
Sorry.
He's not useful.
I don't even
I'm talking
care.
about the superhero.
Yeah, but I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that it's a Thanos movie and they did it right.
Yes. I don't know. I think it's just Thanos.
You can basically say it was an Avengers movie. It was a Thanos movie with Avengers in it.
Yeah.
And it just...
They should have called it Thanos featuring the Avengers.
But no
Right?
one would want to watch
Yeah,
that.
that's why they said Avengers,
People are like, what's
Infinity
that?
War.
What's
Oh,
that
purple
Thanos?
guy. Purple guy's in it. But okay, so you liked it.
Clickbait.
So I think we all have similar points that we agree to. So Tom, why don't you keep on going with that? So you like how each character was showcased, but it didn't take away from the story, nor did it felt too.
I think
overwhelming.
every character got what they deserved. Spoiler,
Yeah.
but not really.
Uh,
No, you get a glimpse of Thor, and it feels like Thor, right? It feels like this is where he belongs, and it's his character in this movie. And then you meet the Guardians, and it feels like you're watching Guardians in this movie. Black Panther, and the list goes on. Everyone, right? And it's not like they're just using these characters for their own narrative. They're drawing in these superheroes from their own movies, and it doesn't ruin what has already been built in previous movies.
I think that's where you have to give Russo brothers a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Because
Russo brothers and the writers.
Yeah, because they pulled in everybody. It didn't feel like Russo brothers directed everything. It felt like when the Guardians came on, it was like Gunn directed that part, and it felt like Coolidge did the Black Panther part. It didn't take away from the universe because every part felt like what they belonged to, and just added to the piece, right?
Yeah, because I was saying we were discussing this earlier, and I knew it from. I was saying this as I was going through the movie in my own brain, and then immediately afterwards, that the Russo brothers and the entire production team gave massive respect to the creators of those characters in their own movies. Taika Waititi, James Gunn, right? James Gunn, Coolidge,
Coogler.
Coogler, sorry. Yeah, I can't pronounce his name.
Ryan
Sorry.
Coogler.
Like those guys, and who wrote Doctor Strange? Who did Doctor Strange?
Derrickson.
Sorry, I couldn't remember that name.
Derrickson.
But every character was the character that they were in the movie the last time you saw them.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it picked off where those movies left off, and the part that like kind of got me like that part was very apparent was literally like probably 10 minutes into the movie when the Guardians of the Galaxy appear. The spaceship pans and they're playing the music. You knew exactly before this, like you knew that there was space that's probably Guardians of the Galaxy, but you knew like for sure it was Guardians of the Galaxy because they start playing that 80s music.
Yeah, you had the Guardians feel.
Yeah,
but
immediately.
you still knew that you were watching Avengers.
Yeah, immediately you felt that part. I forgot how long that was into the movie. 10 minutes might be a bit soon, but that's when Thor and like kind of meets up with them.
Yeah.
And then
it's real quick though.
Right?
It's near the beginning.
Yeah, and then like when Spider-Man shows up, right? Even on the bus, right?
Yeah.
You get Ned Leeds doing his Ned Leeds thing really quick. Like he had a quick scene. And it's just like, oh, we're all gonna die. That's like something that Ned would say. Like he would like just say something outrageous like that, and then Peter does his thing, and then he starts going into his Peter Parker persona, right? Like they just it's the last time we saw them is exactly how they entered the film, and I thought that was really like respectful and really smart.
I think like we're giving a lot of credit to the Russo brothers and I guess the writers, but I think all the actors in the MCU seem, from what we've seen in interviews and all that, they seem to love what they're doing and being a part of this family.
Yeah.
So they all are very invested in their own character and they know what their character should be at that moment, and they're bringing it out themselves. Like many of these characters have improvised some lines.
Yeah.
Where it's like they know that this is what their character would do.
Because I like when you bring that up, I think the most apparent part of what you just said was when Star-Lord had the interaction with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
When he was trying to do a plan and it's like, oh, he steps in and does his part. But you can tell, like, they did a lot of great homework to kind of make that work. Like, they played the parts and it just works so well.
Yeah, it's like Star-Lord, you look at Drax where he has some scene-stealing jokes.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
why,
this is something Drax would say and do. You're like Tony Stark. He's Tony. Well, it's Rob Downey Jr. He's been doing this for so long that
it's
he
him
knows
now.
his character.
It's basically him.
Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange. He's very serious. And,
but even when he appeared, like, which is really in the movie, him and joking with Wong, that was kind of already precedent set from the previous movie where him and Wong had this weird, like, you know, when he was a disciple and Wong was one of the like disciples of the Ancient One, but like that relationship was kind of there. Right, and now that he's the master of mystic arts, that relation is still there, right? Like, it's just really interesting. Right?
There's another one where it's Thor and Rocket and Groot.
Yeah. You
can see from Ragnarok, Thor's evolution.
Yeah.
And it's that still comedy, even though something dark has happened. You still get that comedy that we liked and we just saw from Ragnarok, and obviously Rocket and Groot are always funny, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the main Avengers like Cap and Black Widow. They're always more serious.
Yeah.
Always been, right?
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is more serious. So it was perfectly done.
Yeah.
And they put the perfect characters together to draw out the things we love most about each of those characters. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like 60 something characters. Obviously, not all of them are the heroes that
are actively on screen, but. We can easily say 20 people were actively involved in needing to be together and working together. Yeah. Vic, what did you like of the movie? What was like the shining point that you liked a lot?
I think just for me, like I mentioned, like the fact that it's a Thanos movie.
Yeah.
And just like even from the beginning, like when he just fucking kicked Hulk's ass, it was just awesome to show that how menacing he is.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have to really say anything. He just did his fucking job and be like, hey, look, this is who I am.
The best person, and they set that so early because they used the best hero for Thanos, or for us to see how powerful Thanos is.
Well, two heroes. That's two heroes. Yeah. Thor got ass handed.
Well, we didn't even see that happen.
Yeah, but we know he got his ass handed to him, right?
But when you see Hulk getting beat down like that, you're like, okay.
Well, it's
like this guy's serious.
It's what I told Ernest. It's like watching Dragon Ball. Like instantly, over 9,000, you can tell this guy's a badass, right?
Yeah.
It's like Goku against Krillin.
I guess. Well, even by like Super Saiyan level 4, this is
Go
Krillin.
Krillin, poor Krillin.
Yeah, no, it's the fact that it's not just that. It also shows how smart he is, but it also shows his like his emotional side. Like he's human in character.
Yes.
Right. It's not just some guy that was like just a badass and that's it.
Yeah.
You can see why he's doing the things he's doing, and you can kind of feel that too. Like, oh, is this guy really a bad guy?
That's the thing. Like the whole time, it's kind of like when we watched Black Panther. Same situation where it's like, is the villain really the villain?
Who's the real bad guy here? We know who's doing bad things.
Yeah.
But who's the real actual bad guy here?
There,
right? And Black Panther,
there's no.
that's how I felt.
Yeah. In this one, you know who's the villain in a sense, but he's trying to do something good in a righteous way.
Yeah, he's doing something good. He wants to do something good, but he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
But is it the
well?
wrong way? That's the thing.
It is
it
when
is
there's
the
no
wrong way.
choice, right?
Gamora went left.
Yeah.
But it's like
she went left. She didn't go right.
But it's like, yeah, is that a wrong thing to do? And the thing is, he's doing it at random. It's not like he went mass murder and started murdering people, selecting. And
well, it's like what you said. Right?
Murder's murder, right?
No, I get that.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's where the balance was. We know he's doing things in a bad way. Like he's doing bad things. He's killing people. Even at random, he's killing people. But the problem is the reason behind it, right? Like why he's doing
the
it.
intention is good for universe.
Yeah.
But it's
for
like
the greater,
you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Like you're using the wrong methods to do it.
Yeah. Because
just,
because the
is there a
meme,
right method?
Yeah, because the meme is you have to if you needed to. There's not enough resources for everyone. Instead of blinking half of them out of existence, you can double the resources on the work in the reality in the universe.
But that messes up the universe, right?
Well, half of the people do too.
That also messes. Well, does it though?
That does.
Because let's not talk about the whole universe. We're talking about let's say Earth right now, 7 billion people.
Yeah, we went 3.5.
At one point, we've had 3.5 billion.
Yeah, but
it worked.
Yeah, but it worked because.
But right now, 7 billion is not working as well.
As well. But the thing is, we haven't hit critical mass yet, right?
But it's.
It might be sure when
3.5.
But we blink out half right now, like a lot of things will just suddenly cease to exist and function properly in our current world.
Only humans, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's going more of a natural route, right? Like before all this thing happened.
Good example is like hunting. It's like if we didn't kill the wolves because they don't have a natural predator, they were actually overrunning like
the food chain
North America
life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you take out one part, well, maybe does it affect it? Maybe not.
Yeah,
okay, we're not going to go into semantics about.
But like, yeah, no, it is wrong to murder everyone. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like, if he put out the questions like, "Hey, I need to do this, guys. We need to do this, or else our universe is screwed." People are like gonna go up in arms and obviously fight back, and it's like you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, overall, like you can see where he's going with it, even though you might not agree with its ways, but you can see
it was purposely crafted for that, so he's not just a straight villain. Right?
And this is why the movie was good, because we're having this debate about if it's right or wrong. When a movie makes you think like that.
Fair enough. And okay, Ernest, what would you like about the movie? What was your key shining moments?
Well, no, I guess what Fix said in the beginning. I like how they set the president of the movie right in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's how strong he is. First 5 minutes of the movie, low key walking across dead bodies. Thor is just on his knees. Thanos grabbing his head, and then Hulk comes out, and then Ebony Maw's like, let him have his fun.
Yeah,
and he kicks the shit out of the Hulk. And you know that in the first 2 Avengers, Hulk and Thor are the strongest Avengers.
Yeah, they are literally the strongest Avengers.
And
Civil War would have ended very different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanos is just like playing with them at that point. Yeah. So I was kind of freaked out, to be honest. Like in the first 5 minutes, after 6 minutes in the movie, like I freaked out because.
What now, right?
Well,
when he killed Heimdall and Loki within 10 minutes, you're like, I don't think anyone's surviving at the end of this.
Nobody's safe.
We thought it was just a few people.
Yeah.
I think it's everyone.
It's fair game now.
Everything's fair game. Like Loki, this is Tom Hiddleston we're talking about, right? Yeah. Like he's a loved character in this series. He's dead. Heimdall, I love Idris Elba, but Heimdall.
But he's just like, he got murdered. I get it. He can't keep up, but the bitch got choked out.
Yeah.
Like, Thanos gonna have choke a bitch.
Like he couldn't even tap. Like, he had no chance.
There's no chance to get out of that.
But it's, I don't know, that I think Thanos, like everything else was just Marvel.
Yeah.
But then Thanos was just like launched it to another level. Just
like,
really good writing.
Well, Ernest mentioned like now he basically, if you look at us all cinema over the years, he's like an upper echelon type of villain now.
Yeah.
So you can put him in like the same as like you said, Darth Vader.
Yeah, like the.
I disagree, but I understand where he's coming from. Sorry.
I
say that.
I know why you're disagreeing,
Yeah.
because I get it. Because I think Darth Vader's been around so long that
It's 6 movies, technically speaking, he was featured in to develop his character. That was what, I'm not saying that
It's
he
not
doesn't
even the
deserve-
6
I
movies
think,
that.
3 of them are garbage, but
Well, I mean, like, it's not that it's the number of movies.
Yeah.
It's the
amount of time he's existed in the movie
It's
world.
because it was such a like,
Iconic.
thing
If
in
you're
the
a Star Wars
70s.
fan, subscribe to us. I'm sorry.
It's also Disney.
We're not talking about Jar Jar.
But yeah, no, it's just like iconic 70s, this brand new thing.
Yeah,
And then
and I understand that this Thanos could be the new Darth Vader.
Could be. We don't know yet.
But and the thing is, they did a better job. Marvel did a better job. I guess it's not fair. I would say better job than Lucasfilms did, but they did a really good job of condensing Thanos himself as a character into reaching that echelons quickly. He was just beeline to the top, right? Is he at the very top? Not yet, but I think like if over time he will end up like greatest movie villain, one of the greatest movie villains ever.
If they did something like a Star Wars did, where they went, "Hey, let's do a prequel," then yeah, you could get him there. But I don't think Marvel is that kind of company, at least right now.
Go read the comic.
Only time I'll ever see them do that is if maybe 20 years down the line, where they're like, "Well,
need some new revenue,
we need
or inject blood back into the franchise." Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Star Wars, like, what is?
Yeah.
It's this.
I
first 3.
I can see it if all the phases are over. Like they're done with the big giant MCU, and so okay, we just need some like side stories.
And that's the difference too, right? It's Marvel is a comic book company, so there's always something new.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to redo
There's
something.
so many storylines you can go in. So
Anyways,
so I guess we can move on. I liked it because for just a quick reason why I liked it. Everything you guys said, same reason why I liked it. But I just thought it was really, really good and clever story writing. How everything works, and I've only watched it once, so like you get to call me out on this, but I didn't feel like there's as many continuity issues in the movie itself. Not across all the films, just in the movie itself. Everything made sense because they set it up so it made sense, right? So I'm not going to get into the details of that, but just like
as a single movie,
everything
made sense.
It made sense, and it kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of the entire MCU why things were the way they were. And I really thought that was really smart, and that's what I loved about it. It's just this was a well-crafted movie, and you don't see that very often anymore. You see like a great story that's been done poorly, or a great movie, everything's great, just like, but there was much thought, but this was so much thought put in, you could physically see it, which was really cool. So I'm not sure how quickly we can do this. So was there anything that was in glaring issues with the movie that you just didn't like, or like you felt like could have improved upon, or anything? Because like we've been giving high praise for the last 16 minutes, right?
Well,
so
I think if we're not nitpicking, then I think as an overall movie, it's hard to complain.
Yeah.
Right.
You wouldn't say it was flawless.
No movie is, right?
Yeah, but like if we didn't nitpick,
if we did nitpick, it'd be
no movie is flawless.
No movie is flawless.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
But like, if you nitpick, it's small things, right?
Yeah.
It would be like certain CG.
The only one glaring thing I can think of.
2 CGs.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
My head's flooding.
Yeah, the one glaring thing I can think of is the fact that they kept on saying it wasn't a 2-parter, and they kind of left it at a cliffhanger.
But like,
kind of. Well,
all Marvel movies do though. That's the problem.
Wait,
yeah,
is it a
cliffhanger
cliffhanger though for the villain though? If it's a Thanos movie,
The way I look at it is, if as people who have not watched this, like the whole 19 movies, 18 movies in the MCU, it's like, okay, people died, Thanos wins, and it's not a two-parter. To people who are part of this, who gets it, it's like it is a two-parter because it is a
Yeah, so there's actually people that really didn't know that was a two-parter. I bumped into some old coworkers, and we just had lunch, just randomly, just totally bumped into them, and then we're talking about the movie, came up in a conversation, and one of the girls asked like, and I was mentioning it's a two-parter. There's going to be another movie coming out next year, a year later, right? It's like it's a two-parter. I'm like, it's like we were wondering. My boyfriend and I were wondering if it was a two-parter. I'm like, oh, that's right. You guys like we know this because we look into it, but people just thought that was a one shot, right?
And that's what makes it more real. It makes it more
because you don't know that's like, oh my god, it's all over.
Well, I think that's just one common complaint that people that are into the MCU would complain about. The fact that they kept on saying no, it's not two-parter, and then you can kind of like,
that's
kind of is, right?
The problem is when you're really into it, like if you knew the story, it really ruins the experience as a whole. Even if you're an MCU fan, like just strictly MCU box, and you're a fan, when you're really into something, you end up nitpicking because you like all the things that are already really awesome. So you just want to like get to squeak out that little bit extra fandom into the movie, and then if they don't do it, you get all pissy, right? Like my thing at first when I was watching it, I didn't like it. First 15 minutes, I was like, the fuck? It's not the Thanos I read up about. Read up. I don't own comics. I read up about it extensively, right? It's like, this is not the Thanos. What the fuck? I was real like in my brain, and then literally 15-20 minutes into the movie, I'm like, wait. Within the box of just within the vacuum of the MCU, they get a clean slate. They can write them any way they want. There's no reason why they should be copying the comics. And then after I realized that, the movie was so much more enjoyable.
Well,
so I stopped comparing.
It really can't because of they haven't done the setup like they did in
Well, not just that. It's just like it wasn't the same. And the thing is, I expected it to be the same. And that's because I did too much reading ahead. But if you're just a regular fan like that loves comic movies, that was super enjoyable. It made so much sense.
This Thanos, this movie Thanos, because I'm a huge fan of Thanos. I love his comics. But this version, I actually would like to see in a comic of some sort, like maybe
hashed out more, right? Hashed out more.
Yeah, maybe future ones, right? Yeah. Maybe new ones, because it's like this one's more real. It feels more real. Like if this happened, like a real Thanos came into our world.
That's how.
Because the comic one is very cheesy. It's very comic booky,
friend zone,
right? It's very comic booky.
There's no friend zoning,
but like
getting all pissy about it.
This like MCU, they are kind of more playful than like a DC, but and like not as serious.
Yeah.
But it is kind of real, like more based on realism.
Like you can imagine it actually happening if these heroes all existed. Like this is not outside. Like this is too fantastical, right? I guess.
Yeah. It's not too fantastic.
Which is kind of funny because like, we have 6 stones like that came
but
in
it
the
still
Big
felt
Bang.
real.
Yeah, it did. What transpired in the movie felt
like
more real.
Justice League mother box.
Okay, we're not here.
We
were here trying to poop on the movie we're talking about, not other movies. Okay.
I remember.
What are the mother box?
It's the mother box. It's like a tesseract, but bigger and not useful.
Apparently, a robot can tear it apart. Anyways.
So
you know what? We'll just bring this discussion to an end. Let us know in the comments below what you loved about the movie. But I'm actually more intrigued about what parts you didn't like the movie. What parts of the movie you didn't like?
Gamora should have left.
Not just why. If you can give a good explanation why, that'd be great. It's in the comments below. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our social media. That came out wrong, right? Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on social media. And thank you.
All right.